How much do you tip if you go into a place like a Chipotle where they make the food in front of you, but you're not sitting down and eating? What's the appropriate tip on that?
Percentage? Coffee shop, I always give a tip. Food delivery, always give a tip. Restaurant, I give a great tip.
Yes.
I give 30% at restaurants.
But for like whatever Chipotle,
But
like
Chipotle?
a fast casual sort of dining experience, because it's not an 18%er. Because
Does it
you're
make you tip at Chipotle?
The way I see it is it's dependent on multiple different variables. If they have good service, then I'm tipping. But also, if they flip that screen over and the first button is 20%, that makes me upset.
Is it ever 20%?
Yes.
I always see 15.
No. A lot of the times they'll flip it over, and the first thing, the lowest you can tip is 20%, and that will make.
There's always an other button though.
Yes, you can, sure. But I'm just saying, like when they provide you with three things, because very few people go to the custom tip. You usually do, the 3, 20, 25, 30, or 15, 20, 25. And if it starts out at 20, then that, for some reason, I don't know, I'm thinking to myself, like, that's what a lot of people tip at restaurants. And I would say there's a big delta between, the service that's provided at a restaurant versus taking an order, and obviously it gets split with the chefs and stuff like that.
I mean, there's like kiosks and stuff when I go to like a concert and I get like a little snack there, and it's just I pick it up from a roller, and then it's asking for a tip. I punch that no tip button, because nothing was done there. I didn't see human. I didn't even see someone, so I don't even know what's happening. But I don't know.
So what are most people getting wrong about personal finance?
Probably the behavior part. A lot of people think it's just out of control. We kind of talked about it already. It's just like, everyone just says, oh, they deserve, or it's just out of my control. So much is behavior. You see it in the numbers. I mean, $900 spent on DoorDash in today's episode. Did you really need to DoorDash $900 in a month when you literally couldn't pay for a $400 collection? So it's impossible. I don't have an extra $400. Okay. Well, you do. It's like, it gets control. So much more behavior than people think.
Do you ever have a problem relating to some people who are on their show who are in situations that you have not been in yet? Like, let's say a single mother with 3 kids. Is that hard for you to like help her, given that you haven't been in a situation like that yourself?
Yeah, I think anything that I haven't been in, it's always going to be a little harder. I try to relate it to people I know in my life, family members or friends who've been through certain things, like I wasn't raised in a single family household, but I know people who have been, and I've had conversations that I try to relate it in some kind of way, and I try to at least listen and be empathetic, even though I'm known for interrupting. I think the big hard ones, I feel like I can relate to that pretty okay. The big hard ones are someone that, again, if it's like I've never been in or known anyone that's been in a like horribly abusive situation. I don't know how to relate to that. Never been in it, and I don't know people in it. And if I do, I don't know it because they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, there's that heartbreaking Dave Ramsey call. I remember that, where someone was in an abusive situation and she called, and Dave Ramsey was like, do you need help? And she's like, yes.
Oh, yes.
And then he told her to we're going to call 911 for you, like stay on the line. That was awful.
I can't relate to that. That's hard. That's really hard. But that's usually when we try to connect them with different resources and stuff as well.
What percentage of just the general, what you've seen come on your show can be solved with some more financial literacy and discipline versus the stuff that realistically these people are going to need to file for bankruptcy and take extremely drastic measures to completely reset?
Vast majority. I'd say only 5% this year that we've uploaded. Like it needs to be something extreme, like bankruptcy is like the only option, or
so 1 out of 20. Majority. And the people that come on your show are probably a representation of some of the people that are lower on the scale of just general financial status.
Absolutely.
So we're talking a very small percentage of people you would say are actually financially screwed.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Again, when we go back to the average American can't afford $1,000 emergency, or the $6,000 credit card balance. A lot of people are financially fucked. A lot of people don't have even close to enough for retirement. Like, a lot of people are financially fucked. As dire as what we have on the show for the average or the median American, no, we're definitely on the lower half because, we want it to be a challenge. We want it to be more interesting. It's definitely, but these are still the people you're working with. They're the people you're walking next to on the street. They're people in your family. Talking about money's taboo in the country, so it's like we don't know until they come on here. So many people actually have come on the show to send us, or we talk to them in a follow-up, and they're like, yeah, like my coworkers knew I was coming on the show and stuff, but they were so surprised at how bad my finances were. And it's just, we don't know.